So hello and welcome to this Adobe Animate tutorial. Today we are going to continue with the drag and drop, and we are going to have three shapes, three area, and yeah. So as I said, this is going to be tutorial number 3 because I created the whole series for the drag and drop, and right now I will show you what we did in the tutorial number 1 and tutorial number 2. If you didn't watch those ones, it's not necessary to watch them because I explain everything, but some things I don't explain as much as I explain them in the first one and the second one. So the first tutorial was only one shape in one area, and basically I am going to drag a shape, it is going to return to the original position, and when I drag it to the drop area, like so, drop area is going to change the opacity like this, and when I drop, it is going to snap to the center, and right now I cannot move it anymore. Okay? But in this tutorial, if I am going to zoom in, if I am going to try to drag my shape on the corner like so, it will automatically snap to the center. Okay? So mouse will be always in the center of the shape. Okay? That's something that we fixed in the tutorial number 2. So this is going to be video number 2. We are going to have the same thing as in the first one, but in this one, when I am going to drag on the corner like so, I am going to be dragging from that corner. Okay, so in this one we are going to calculate some kind of offset, and yeah, and the same thing. If I am going to drag this like so, it is going to stay. But in this tutorial, I didn't make the area change the opacity because I didn't want to make it that long. But yeah, I made it in the first one. Today, what we are going to do is we are going to have three shapes, and when I am going to drag them, they will return to the original position. But we are not going to create this with the offset, so the shape will be in the center of the mouse. But if you watch part 2, you can easily apply the same thing because it will be the same process to this one. But this one is a little bit more complex, there is additional stuff, so I didn't want to implement it to three shapes with three areas. But basically in this tutorial, I will have three areas, but I can only drag the blue shape to the blue area. So I cannot drag it to the green area, I cannot drag it to the orange area, the blue one, I can only drag to the blue area, green one, I can only drag to the green area, and orange one, I can only drag to the orange area like so. Okay? You can see that they are not snapping to the center, that's 2 lines of the code, but I showed it in the first one, so yeah, but that's a detail. And maybe I think I showed you with one shape, okay, so yeah, okay. So this is going to be tutorial number 3, this is what we are going to do today. And the last one, this is going to be the final project, and this one is actually going to be divided into 2 tutorials. We are going to have something similar, we are going to have 3 shapes. One more time, we are not going to be dragging from the where we click, but from the center, like so. But in this tutorial, in the last one, I can drag any shape to any area, and only once I drag all of them, it will determine whether I won, whether I put them correctly or not. So let's put this incorrectly, green one to the blue area, orange one to the green area, and blue one to the orange area, like so. And I am going to have text loser, and I am going to have button try again. So I will try again, like so. One more time, I can drag like this, and right now I will put it correctly. So green one to the green area, orange one to the orange area, blue one to the blue area, and right now I am going to have text winner, and one more time, but this is optional, button try again. Okay, so this one I think is maybe most useful because this is like for some kind of game that you have multiple options when you can drag correctly or incorrectly, and only then you are going to check. But yeah, but in this tutorial we are going to go with this one. And as I said, if you didn't watch part 1 or part 2, it's not necessary, but I would maybe recommend it. But you can watch this one, and if it's going to be maybe too difficult, you can go to maybe tutorial number 1 and then come back to this one. But yeah, this is what we are going to be doing. I wanted to show you all of them because this is a course, mini course, and yeah, right now we can start. Okay, so right now I'm in the Adobe Animate and I'm going to choose width and height. So I will go with 500 by 500. You can go with anything, but if you want to follow along exactly, you should go with the same. But yeah, I want this to be HTML5 canvas and I'm going to click create. Now I am going to create 3 shapes. So I will go to the rectangle tool like so. And the first one, I will get rid of the stroke and I'm going to choose maybe blue color, and with the shift I'm going to create a shape like so. Now I will click on the shape and I will go to the properties, and I would like to make this to be 100 by 100 just so we are on the same page. So I am going to click this lock proportions like so, and I am going to make this to be 100 like so, but this part is optional, but yeah. Now I am going to duplicate the shape. So I'm going to hold Alt or Option and I'm going to drag, and I'm going to hold Shift to stay on the same line like so. And one more time I am going to duplicate it, and yeah. We are not going to be worried about aligning, so yeah. And I will click on this one and I will change the color to something green like so. And I will click on this one and I'm going to change the color to be some kind of orange, something like this, yeah. Now I will have to convert them to the symbol, so I will go with this one, modify, convert to symbol, and I can call this to be blue shape like so, but this name is only for the library, so it has nothing to do with the JavaScript, and I want this to be movie clip, and I'm going to click OK. The same thing with this one, F8, this is going to be a green shape like so, OK, and the last one, F8, is going to be orange shape like so. Okay, now I will just click anywhere and I will click on the stage, and I'm going to change the background color to something which is not white, but this is also optional, so yeah, something like this. Now I'm going to put an instance names to all of them, so I will click on this one. I can see that it is movie clip, there is an option for the instance name, and I'm going to call this to be blue one, for example. This one I am going to call to be green one, and this one I am going to call to be orange one. You can name this as you want, you know, blue one, green one, orange one is maybe not the best name, but this is what we are going to have. Now I am going to double click on this and I am going to call this to be shapes. I am going to double click on the layer like so, just so we are going to have things named, and I'm going to create new layer. And I'm going to double click on this and I'm going to call this to be code. On the code layer, I am going to right click, I'm going to choose actions. It is going to open me this text editor. You can adjust it as you want, but yeah. And I am going to type that this dot blue one dot add the capital E event like so, capital L listener like so, and yeah. For now we are going to go with the click. Later on we are going to change this to press move for the drag, and I am going to call a function which is going to be start drag like so. Okay, so we have this blue one. This means like this timeline, so take from this timeline blue one. That's the name that we have created. Add even listener. Make sure that you spell this correctly. I sometimes have add even listener, so add even listener. The event that we are going to have for now, click and start drag. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this, so I will go with Ctrl D couple of times, or you can go Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and I am going to put the same even listener to green one like so, and I am going to make the same even listener for the orange one like so. Okay, so right now we have 3 shapes and all of the shapes are calling the same function. Okay, so I'm going to create the function. So function start drag, and I am just going to copy this like so, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and yeah. As I told you at the beginning, there is an option to also go with like mouse down when you want to have the drag exactly where you catch the shape. but that's not what we are going to do in this tutorial, so yeah. So first of all, what I can do is I can console.log that you clicked on some shape, like so, okay? Like this. Maybe I misspelled something, I don't mind, but I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter, and yeah. I will go with F12 or right click, inspect, like so, and I will go to the console. There may be some kind of error like this, but that's not a real error. So if I'm going to refresh this, it's going to disappear. So yeah. And now if I'm going to click on one of the shapes, you clicked on some shape. If I click on this one, you clicked on some shape. Okay. So yeah. How do we know which shape we clicked? What we need to for that is we need to put a parameter in here. I can go with E, but this can be anything. This can be E, EL, shape, anything, but I will just go with E. And what we need to do is we need to say that E dot current target, like so. And current target basically means that the shape that we have clicked, because we have multiple shape having listener calling the same function, and with the parameter E and current target we know which shape we clicked. So I can go that E current target dot alpha, for example, is going to be equal to 0.5, and this means that whatever shape I am going to click, that shape is going to change the opacity to 0.5 or 50%. And what we are going to do is we are going to store that into the variable. So I am going to go const drag shape, like so. One thing that I want to say, there are two options for the variable, let and const. So you can go let or you can go const. You can always go with the let, so you could completely ignore the const if you want, but I am going to try to use const where I would use const and let where I would use let. But anytime that I write const, you can just go with let and yeah. If you don't know this difference, you may learn this later on, but yeah. I will go const drag shape, const because I am not going to change this, but yeah, and I'm going to make this to be equal to E current target, like so. So I will just cut this. And now what I can do is I can go drag shape, alpha is going to be equal to 0.5, and yeah, the drag shape is going to be like whatever shape is right now E current target. Okay, so this is going to be working the same like so. Okay, so with this being done, we can get rid of this changing the alpha, and we are going to change this from click to press move. So I am going to type press move, like so, and I am going to copy the listener to all of them, like so, press move and press move. And now what we are going to do is we are going to say that drag shape dot x is going to be equal to stage dot mouse x, like so, and I will duplicate this, Control D, and drag shape y is going to be equal to stage dot mouse y, like so. I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter, and right now if I am going to drag, it is going to be dragging like so. I am going to zoom in or zoom out, so I want to be on the 100%, and when I am going to be on 100%, it is going to be working fine. But as soon as I am going to be zoomed in, like so, and I am going to be dragging, there is going to be an issue, and it is going to be offsetted like so. So for that, what we need to do is we need to go in here and go stage mouse x divided by stage dot scale x. As I told you at the beginning, this is the tutorial number 3 of this series, and in tutorial number 1 and tutorial number 2 with one shapes, I explained this in a very detail why we need to go with divide by stage.scale x and divide by stage.scale y. So right now it's going to be working even if we are going to be zoomed, and I am not going to explain this in this tutorial. Okay, so if you don't know, you can watch those tutorials, but this one we want to focus on other stuff. So yeah, this is what we need to do. Now, what we want to do is we want to put an even listeners when we are going to drop the shape. So I am going to copy all of these listeners like so, and I am going to paste them like so. And right now we are going to change the type of the event. So not press up, press move, but press up like so. And I'm going to do the same thing for all of them, press up, and also in here, press up like so. And right now we are going to call the function which is going to be stop drag. Okay, the names of the functions are optional. You can call them as you want, but yeah. So I will go like this and I will go like this. Okay. And now I am going to create that function. So I will go function stop drag like so. And yeah, for now what we can do is we can just console.log that you dropped some shape. You dropped some shape like so. Okay, I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter. I can be zoomed in. I do not need to. It doesn't matter right now. And I am just going to drag. I will drop. You dropped some shape. You dropped some shape. You dropped some shape, and so on. So one more time, the same thing. We need to create a parameter, e, for example. And one more time, I am going to create a variable. I could go one more time with the const drag shape, because when you create variables inside of the function, like in here, this variable is only for the function. So I could go const drag shape one more time, and it would be completely fine. But I am going to call this to be drop shape like so. But yeah, these names are optional. And I am going to one more time make this to be equal to e current target. Okay. And one more thing that I am going to do is I am going to create one more variable. I will go const, and I am going to call this to be shape name like so. And I am going to go e current target, and I will go dot name like so. And you will see what this means, e current target dot name. And right now what I can do is I can console.log shape name like so. And yeah, and I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter. I will go with F12, and I will go with this one, blue one. Okay, green one, orange one, orange one. Okay, so we have e current target, which is like how we can change the shape, how we can, you know, change the opacity or the position with stage mouse X and so on. And we have also e current target dot name, which is only for us to give us the instance name. So e current target name is basically going to give me this name. Okay, and we can use this name to know which shape we have and so on. So let's say that right now what I would like to do is I would like to return the shapes to the original position. So if I go with Control Enter and I'm going to drag, I would like to all of them to return to their original position as the first step. So how can we do that? So first of all, we need to store the original position. So I will go somewhere here and I'm going to type const init, like initial, blue, like for the blue shape, x is going to be equal to this dot blue 1 dot x, like so. And I'm going to duplicate this and I will go const init blue y is going to be this blue 1 dot y, like so. I can console.log this so you can understand what we are doing. At least once I will console.log this. So I can console.log init blue x, comma, init blue y, like so, and yeah. So basically, let's say that I'm going to click on my blue one, and I can see that X position is 110 and the Y position is 130. And that's what we are storing in the variable 110, 130. Okay? If initially I am going to position it somewhere here, 290, 320, I will go with Control Enter, 290, 320. Okay? Like so, I will go back, like so, and here. So we are basically storing the initial position of blue one. And what can we do in a stop drag? I will get rid of this console.log shape name. And for now, what I can do is I can say that drop shape, you know, whatever it's going to be, drop shape, it's going to be, you know, one time it's going to be blue one, other time it's going to be orange one, other time it's going to be green one, you know. But we are going to go that drop shape.x is going to be equal to init blue x, the position that we have stored at the beginning, and I am going to say that drop shape.y is going to be init blue y, like so. Okay, I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter, and right now, if I am going to drag the blue, it's going to return to the original position. But if I am going to drag the green one, it's going to return to the blue position. And if I am going to go with the orange one, it's going to go to the blue position. Okay? Because basically what we said is that drop shape, no matter which one you are, just return to the init blue x. What we could do in here, and this is just a little example, later on we are going to start this stop drag one more time, but I think that this is fine for you to understand what we are doing. Later on this will be useful, so yeah. What I can do is I can type that if shape name, okay, so it will give us the name that we have created as an instance name. If shape name is going to be equal, you can go with double equal sign, I always go with triple when I compare, but yeah, if shape name is going to be equal to blue one, then what I want to happen is I want drop shape x and drop shape y to go to init blue x and init blue y, like so, you know, because right now this is telling me that okay, the shape is blue, so if the shape is blue, return this to the blue position. And now what I can do is I can create this variable, this initial position for my green and for my orange. So I am going to create the variable init green x is going to be equal to this green one x, like so, and init green y, like so, is going to be equal to this green one.y, and yeah. And now, very simply, what I could do is I can create one more if statement. So I can go if shape name, or I will go one by line, line by line. So yeah, if shape name is going to be equal to green one, like so, is going to be equal to green one, then what I want to do is I want to go that drop shape x and drop shape y. Right now drop shape is green because the shape name is green one, and I want this to return to init green x, like so, and init green y, like so, and like so, and yeah. And I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter. And right now, green one is going to return to the green position, blue one is going to return to the blue position. And it's going to be working no matter I am going to position them. So if at the beginning I will position them in here, here is where we are going to store the initial variable, and like so. Okay, so yeah, but I will go back and I will position this where I originally wanted. One thing, you can go if, or you can have if, then you can have else if, and then one more time else if. This is going to be working the same. You know, if you have if, then separate if and separate if, or if you are going to have if, else if, and else if, it's going to be working the same. In this tutorial, I am not going to be explaining the difference between this, but yeah, I can very quickly tell you that if you have if, for example, and this is going to be, let's say that this is something else, we have if, and this is correct, you know, the thing in here is going to happen, you know, and then we have other if, which is completely separated from this one, so it's going to check the condition and yeah. But when we have if and else if, but this is not part of this tutorial, but yeah, if we have if and else if, it means that if this condition is going to be true, this other condition is not even going to be checked. So even if this would be also true, once you get something which is true, else if it's not going to be, you know. But in our case, both are going to be working the same, but I may confuse you, so I will go with only if, and if, because we don't need else if in this state. But yeah, and I'm going to say that if shape name is going to be equal to orange 1, drop shape x is going to be init orange x, and y is going to be orange y. But we need to create also the variable for the orange, because it's not going to magically appear in here like so, maybe one day with the AI, but yeah. And I am going to make that init orange x is going to be equal to this orange1.x, and the same thing for the y, like so, Control C, Control V, and in here Control C, Control V, like so, and yeah. I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter. I will always go with F12 to check the console for the errors, and right now all of the shapes are going to return to the original position. Fine. Now you may not be very happy about this, but what we are going to do is we are going to comment out all of this stop drag. I will go with slash and asterisk, and I will go with asterisk and slash, like so. Okay, this is going to comment out multiple lines of codes, and we are going to start one more time. Okay, because I showed you this, and I'm going to comment this out. I'm going to create a comment which is going to say that return shapes to original position, like so. Okay, I just wanted to show you this, so right now when we are going to do this one more time, it's going to be more clear, hopefully. So one more time, I'm going to create a function stop drag, like so, and yeah, and the issue is that we do not want to start with returning to the original position, we want to start with something else. I am going to create a parameter, and I am going to copy from here these variables. So we are going to have const drop shape and const shape name, and yeah. And now what I need to do is I need to create some kind of target areas, you know. I am going to go back in here. I have shapes and code. I am going to create one more layer, and I am going to double click on this layer. This is going to be areas, like so. And I am going to get a rectangle tool. I am going to have only fill. If you have stroke, you need to get rid of the stroke color, and I want to go to fill. I will get some gray color, and I am going to create a shape like so. I am not holding shift, I don't want this to be proportional, so yeah, and I will click on this. I will unclick these proportions, and I want to make this to be 120 by 100. You can of course go with any number, but if you want to follow exactly, we are going to be using these numbers, so yeah. And I want them to be separate, to be different, so you can see that we are going to have different width, different height, but yeah. I will get a text tool, and I'm going to get a white color, and I'm going to call this to be blue area, like so. And approximately I am going to put it to the center. In here I have text align center, but yeah, we are not going to be worried about aligning because this tutorial is not about that. Now I am going to select all of these like so. I will hold Alt or Option, I will drag, I will hold Shift to stay on the same line. And one more time I am going to duplicate this the same way. And this one I am going to make to be green area, and the last one I am going to make to be orange area. You can see that I have a blue area under the blue shape, green area under green shape, orange area under orange shape. It completely doesn't matter. you can have them like so, and this is not going to change anything, you know. But for now, I am going to keep them like so. Yeah, I don't care about alignment, so yeah. I need to convert them to the symbol, so I will select this one, F8, come on, what are you doing? And I'm going to call this to be blue area, for example, like so. Okay, movie clip. This one I am going to make sure that you don't select it like so, because you would select also this, so you can zoom in if you want, but yeah, I'm going to select this one, F8, and this is going to be green area like so. Okay, and the last one is going to be orange area, so I will go with F8. This is going to be orange area, and yeah, just for your information, and I need to go like this, orange area, so I want to have the A for the area capital in all of them. But these names, they are just for the library name. In here you can see blue shape, blah blah blah, but they are not that important. But important is instance name, and I'm going to put in same instance name as I have on my movie clip, but they do not need to be the same. So this is going to be blue area, this is going to be green area, and this one is going to be orange area like so. Okay, hopefully I didn't misspell it. If I misspell something, I will know with the errors, so yeah. Now what I want to do is at the end we are going to put our variables to the top, you know, because we want to have variables at the top. But for now I am going to create some of the variables in here, just so we can see them while we work on the stop drag function. And yeah, but later on we are going to reposition them, and yeah. So the first, what I'm going to do is I will go const area width is going to be equal to 120. You know, this is the width of our area, you know. But what I want is I want to go area with half. You will see later on, but yeah, const area with half is going to be 120 divided by 2. Or I could go directly 60, but I want to go 120 divided by 2. You know, if I go back in here, area is 120 by 100. I want to know the half of the area for the collision detection. But yeah, so I am saying that the area is 120 and area with half is 120 divided by 2. And area height half, you know, area height is 100 in my case. Area height half is going to be 100 divided by 2. Okay. Now I am going to create a variable const area blue x. Okay, so I want to store the x of this area, you know, the same way as we initially stored the initial position of this shape. So I am going to go area blue x is going to be equal to this dot blue area dot x. This is also something that I deeply explained in my first and second tutorial, so I am not going to explain this that much in here. As I said, the point of this tutorial is to make more shapes, not to re-explain everything one more time. But yeah, we have we are storing area blue x, it's this blue area x. Area blue y is going to be this blue area y. Okay, and now in my stop drag, what I can do is I can start with my collision detection. So I'm going to type that if drop shape dot x. Okay, so for now whatever it's going to be, drop shape dot if drop shape dot x is going to be bigger than area blue x like so. Let's console.log good like so. Okay, so just so you can at least a little bit understand if you didn't watch the previous tutorials, I'm going to position the blue area somewhere here. You know, I stored the X position from left to the right, the X position of the blue blue area, I stored it into the variable. And now I am comparing that if this shape, if X of this shape, or this shape, or this shape, but let's say that blue one, if this X is going to be bigger than X of this one, then we are going to console.log good. You know, if I click on here, X is 269, in here 390, 390 is more than 261. If I am in here 130, this is 269, it's not bigger, you know? So this is what we have in our code. If drop shape X is going to be bigger than area blue X, console.log good. I will go with Control Enter, and I am going to go with my shape in here, nothing. If I go in here, good, good, good. The same thing with this shape, good, good, good. You can see that it's counting. In here, we have nothing, and yeah. And the same thing with the orange one, like so, so yeah. So we are saying that if the shape is bigger than this area, then we are going to console.log good. But we do not want to compare this with the X, but X minus the half of the width, you know? So what I'm going to do, and if this doesn't make sense, go and watch the previous tutorials, but yeah, I'm going to go area blue X minus area with half, which is, you know, the half of the area, like so, and I will paste this, and I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter, and basically right now we are comparing with this position, you know, and good, 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 okay? And the thing is that I can position this somewhere here, for example, and it is going to automatically, you know, be like so, because we are comparing X of this minus the half of the width, you know? And yeah, now I am going to continue with my conditions. So yeah, I will go back to my code, F9, and I am going to type that end, so end like more conditions. I am going to go to new line. So don't worry about this, we just have the if statement, this is opening of the if statement, this is closing, then we have curly braces, what is going to happen if is going to be true, and we are just going to have this on the multiple lines, and I am going to say that if drop shape dot X is going to be smaller than area blue X plus area with half, okay, like so, Control C, Control V, and yeah. So right now we are saying that let me for the moment, just to make this clear, I am going to comment out the first condition, you know, so we are going to go only with the second condition. Drop shape X is going to be smaller than area blue X plus area with half, you know. So what we are saying is that this shape X, when it's going to be smaller than X of this one, plus the half, like so, okay. So right now, basically what is going to happen, that every time that I am going to be on the left side, we are going to be good. When I'm going to be in here, nothing, okay? And the first condition was exact opposite, like so. And yeah, right now, basically, when I'm going to have both of these conditions, they are just saying that if this is going to be in here, nothing is going to happen. If it's going to be here, nothing is going to be happen. If this is going to be anywhere in here, for now we are not, you know, doing the Y position, we are going to have good. One more time, if you don't understand, I explained this in a previous tutorial, I am not going to explain this more. One thing that I'm going to do is I am going to put areas below the shapes, like so. So I am going to be able to have this like so, and yeah. I'm going to continue with my conditions. So I will go with the Y position. So I am going to type that end and drop shape dot Y is going to be bigger than area blue Y minus area height half, like so. So yeah, as I said, I explained this, I am not going to explain this more. So yeah, and drop shape drop shape dot y is going to be smaller. We are doing the same thing with the y position that we did with the x position, and it's going to be like so. Okay, so yeah, I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter, and right now what we said is that when we are going to be, you know, in the blue area, we are going to have console.log good, otherwise we are not going to have anything. Like so and like so, so yeah. Hopefully this makes sense. We are going to move on, so yeah, I'm going to put it to the original position, and yeah. So right now what we have is we have this collision detection like so, and we are console.logging good, but we don't know which shape we have, okay? And we are like we are comparing this with the blue area. So I could console.log that some shape is in blue area, for example. I will go with Control Enter, and we are going to have some shape is in blue area, some shape is in blue area, some shape is in blue area, and so on. Okay? So now what I want to do is I am going to create one more if. So I am going to type that if shape name is going to be equal to blue one, like so. If shape name is going to be equal to blue one, then we want all of this to happen, you know? So I am going to cut this like so, Control X, and I am going to paste this in here like so. But I will go back because when I copy and paste, it can, you know, mess up my, you know, my tabs and yeah. So I am going to cut this parenthesis. I am going to put it in here like so, and everything in between I will go with tab like this. Okay, so what are we saying right now? We are very simply saying that if shape name is going to be blue one, you know, then compare if the blue one is in the area. If it's in the area, in the blue area, console.log that the blue shape is in blue area, or else, and else we are going to do something later on. So I will go back for now. So yeah, I will go with Control Enter, and right now with this, if I go with green one, nothing is going to happen because the first condition is not correct. The first condition is if shape name is going to be equal to blue one. Green one don't have a name blue one. The same with the orange one. So only blue one, and we are going to have blue shape is in blue area like so. Okay, let me position this to the original place like so. And what I could do in here is I can go else. So I will go else, and else what I want to do is I want to return this to the original position. So I am just going to copy this from here like so. Drop shape X is going to be equal to init blue X, and drop shape Y is going to be equal to init blue Y. Control Enter, Command Enter, and yeah, basically right now this is going to be like so. It's going to return unless it's going to be in the blue area. Okay, one more time just to make this clear. We have the if statement which is covering everything, you know, in here. And we have if statement if shape name is equal to blue one. So if it's green one, if it's orange one, none of this is even going to be read by JavaScript. Maybe on the background, but none of that is going to be JavaScript is not even going to try to execute this. So if the shape is going to be blue one, we have the condition for the checking the areas like so, and if it's in the area, we are going to console.log blue. If else it's anywhere else but in the area, we are going to return this to the original place. Okay, so yeah, and now for now we are just going to copy and paste all of this code. So I am going to go with Control C. I will go in here like so, tab, Control V, And now what I can do is I can go if shape name is going to be equal to green one, like so. We are going to do the same collision detection, but right now we are going to not go with area blue X, but area green X, like so. One more time, and last time. If this doesn't make sense, go and watch the first or second tutorial where I explain this in detail. Okay, like so and like so. Okay, so right now we are comparing the drop shape X is the same, area with half is the same. We are just changing which area we are comparing this with, like so. And I am going to go console.log that green shape is in green area, like so, or else drop shape X is going to be equal to init green X, and drop shape Y is going to be equal to init green Y, like so. Control enter, and right now the green one is going to be the same. Area green X is not defined, okay, because I will go with F9. I didn't make the variable I have in here area blue X, area blue Y, so I am storing the X and Y of the blue area, but I need to also store the X and Y for the green and for the orange. So I am going to go area orange X is going to be equal to this orange area X, okay, and area orange Y is going to be equal this orange area dot Y, like so. And I am going to do the same thing for the green one, like so. So I am going to go const area green X is going to be equal to this green area X, and area green Y, like so, is going to be equal to this green area Y, like so. Okay, so right now I have all of the variables for the areas, and if I go with X, it's going to return. If I go to blue, it's going to return. If I go to orange, it's going to return. If I go to green, it's going to stay. Okay, and right now we are going to copy this one more time, the whole code. Okay, later on we are going to adjust at least part of that. So I am going to copy this, Ctrl C, and we are going to go with Ctrl V. And right now, if shape name is going to be equal to orange one, then we are going to compare this with the orange area, like so. Orange X, orange X, orange Y, and orange Y, like so, and like so. Okay, I am going to console.log that orange shape is in orange area, like so. Okay, and drop shape X is going to be equal to init orange X, you know, because we know that it is orange shape right now, and the same thing for this one, like so. And yeah, I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter, and right now we are going to have this, you know, fully functional. I will go to blue, I will go to green, I will go to orange, and yeah. Now what we want to do is we want to remove the listeners when we drag to the area. So when I drag to the blue area, I no longer want to be able to drag this. And after that, but this is going to be something which is going to be optional, I am going to show you how you can put this collision detection in the like function, and to do not need to rewrite this every time that we are in here. Okay, but before of that, I just want to show you how you can remove the listener. So all I need to do is I am going to copy this listener, like so. I will go with Ctrl C, and I will go in here, blue one, and if we are going to be in the area, what I'm going to do is I am going to go that this blue one I am not going to go with this blue one right now, but I am going to go with drop shape, because drop shape right now is this blue one. And I am going to say drop shape dot remove even listener press move start drag. And I am going to also remove this listener. Okay, so I will have to remove both of them. So I will go in here in the blue one like so, and I am going to paste this one in here. One more time, I am going to go that drop shape, remove listener like so, and I will go drop shape, remove listener, and yeah, I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter, and right now if I go with blue one, it's going to remove the listeners. Okay, and the same thing, you can just copy the paste the same code. You do not even need to change the code, because drop shape is going to change. In here it's going to be blue, in here it's going to be green, and so on. Okay, so yeah, for the moment I am going to comment this out like so, and yeah, now I will do one thing. I will save my project, and I am going to resave this one more time, because I want to provide you the both. Because right now what we are going to do may be a little bit more advanced for you, and I want you to also have the code that we have for now. So yeah, I will just save this and I will be with you. Okay, so I just wanted to, as I told you, save this because I want to provide you what we have so far. And yeah, now I am going to put this collision detection into the function, so we do not need to rewrite it every time. We could potentially, but I am not going to show you, put all of this in some kind of one function, so we do not need to go if, and if, but that's not what I'm going to show you in this tutorial, because that may be too advanced and that may be confusing. But yeah, I'm going to create a function, and I'm going to call this is in area like so, and yeah, is in area, I want this to be capital, and I'm going to go with parentheses, curly braces, and yeah. What I'm going to do is I am going to paste all of this collision detection, this comparing, Control C, but don't worry, this is not difficult, but maybe it's also not that easy, but yeah, and I'm going to paste it in here. Okay, so I am going to have something like this. I will just make this to be on the same place like so, and we are going to create a function, general function, and yeah, so we are going to go with the parameter. So I am going to create a first parameter, which is going to be shape, and everywhere that I have drop shape, I am going to replace this with the shape. And I will go with shape, and I will go with shape, and I will go with shape. Okay, and later on I will just show you in here. We are going to be calling this function is in area. So I would be calling is in area, and instead of shape I am going to go with drop shape like so. And drop shape is one time it's going to be blue one, but in here we know it's blue, in here we know that it's green, in here we know that it's orange. So we are going to have this general function, we are going to have the shape, and the shape, parameter shape is going to be replaced with the shape, and we are going to replace the shape with the drop shape. So like this we would have like drop shape X, drop shape Y, and so on. The next parameter I am going to call to be area X like so, and everywhere where I have area blue X, I am going to go with area X like so, area X like so, and in my calling function I would go and I would call area blue X. Okay, so yeah, we would just replace but let me see, area blue X, yes, okay, and then I'm going to create area Y like so, and I'm going to put instead of area blue I, area Y, like so, and we would, you know, go and area blue Y, like so, okay? And this way we are calling this for the blue one. If I am going to duplicate this and I am going to change this to green, we are calling the same thing but for the green one, like so. And if I duplicate this one more time and I go like orange, we are calling this for the orange, like so, okay? So yeah, but I need to go area and area and area but yeah, okay. So I am going to comment them out for the moment. In here I will comment this, I will comment this like so, and I will comment this, okay? And the last thing in here that we need to do is we need to go and type return, like so. I will explain why we have to go with return, or I will try, but yeah. So we have this return, we have shape, and we are going to be replacing shape with drop shape. We have area X, we are going to be replacing that with whatever area X, and we have area Y, and we are going to be replacing it with whatever area Y. Okay, so now I am going to copy this is in area with this one. I will completely delete this what we have in here, like so, all of this collision, and I am just going to paste is in area, you know, calling the function. Make sure that you have both parentheses. This one is for the if statement, and this one, you know, is for the calling is in area. And we are calling is in area with drop shape, which is blue, area blue X, area blue Y. I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter, like so, and it is going to be working. And if I go in here, it's going to stay, you know. And now we are going to do the same thing. I am going to copy this like so, but I am going to copy this with the parenthesis like so, and I will wait a second. Did I cut something? Actually, let me see. No, okay. And I will go in here, and I am going to completely in the green one delete this, and I am going to just paste in here is in area. We will go with drop shape, which right now is green because we are in the green one, but I will just go area green X and area green Y, like so. And yeah, right now this is going to be working for the green, like so. In here no, in here no, in here yes, okay. And right now the same thing I am going to do with the orange one. So in here I am going to completely remove this condition, and I am going to paste this in here, and this is going to be area orange X and area orange Y. Of course, this is something that you do not need to do. I just showed you that you could keep this. This is going to be working the same way as what we had before, but we do not need to type every time the same thing. Okay, so yeah, and I can get rid of these comments like so. Control Enter, Command Enter, and yeah, this is what we are going to have. Okay, very quickly I can show you the return just so you know, but yeah, I'm going to create a function calculate like so, and maybe you will also see a little bit these parameters, and I'm going to type X and Y, or I can go A and B like so. So I will go calculate and A and B, and I'm going to type that return A plus B, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable const result is equal to calculate, and we need to calculate, not we need to, but we want to calculate 20 and 50, for example. So 20 will be replaced with A, 50 will be replaced with B, and we have a return. So when we have a return, this variable is going to get that value, And right now, if I am going to console.log result, result like so, it is going to have the value 70. You know, it is this one. But if I don't return and I just go a plus b, you know, and I will go with Control Enter, this is going to be undefined because we are storing the result of this calculation into variable, but we are not returning or anything, so yeah. And the return in here, in all of this, is just going to return me true or false. You know, if all of these conditions are going to be true, it's going to return me the true. If they are going to be false, or one of them is going to be false, it's going to return me the false. And that's why in here, what I am going to have is all of this is area drop shape, area blue X, area blue Y, all of this is just going to, because of the return, turn either to true, and if true, console.log blue shape is in blue area, or it's going to be false, and when it's false, we are going to call the else, you know? So yeah. Now I am going to remove the listeners. One more time, we could use some helper function, but I want to finish this tutorial, so I am just going to paste this. I am going to paste this in here like so. So yeah, and I'm going to paste this in here like so. So yeah. So right now we are going to remove the listeners when we are going to drag to the correct place. So yeah, yeah, and yeah, like so. If we drag to the incorrect one, we cannot drag to the incorrect one. So yeah. And the last thing that we can do is when we are going to drag them all, we can have some text winner or something. So yeah, I'm going to go to the top like so, and I'm going to create a variable. I want to put all of the variables to the top later on, but I will go let score is going to be equal to be 0, and every time that we are going to be in the area, so if we are in the area in here somewhere, console.log blue shape is in blue area, and I'm going to type score plus plus, which means score plus 1. I'm going to do the same thing in here like so. So score plus plus, and I'm going to do the same thing in here, score plus plus. As I said, we could put all of this in some kind of helper function like so, but it could be difficult and it could be hard to read, but yeah. And now I'm going to create a function check score like so, and yeah. And in here I'm going to say that if score is going to be equal to 3, console.log winner like so, console.log winner, you know. And what I'm going to do is every time that I am going to go score plus plus, I'm going to call the function check score, I'm going to call the function check score, and I'm going to call the function check score like so. So imagine that we are going to drop the first one, we are going to increase score by 1, we will call the function check score. Check score is if score is equal to 3, console.log this. There is nothing else. What this is going to be called only when the score is going to be 3. So when the score is going to be 1, this is going to be called but nothing. When the score is going to be 2, it's going to be called but nothing. If the score is going to be 3, then we are going to call this, you know. We don't know which shape we are going to drop the first, second, and the third. So yeah, I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter, and I will go in here like so. I will go in here like so. I will go in here, and we are going to have console.log winner. And we can put this. This is the last thing that we are going to do. We are going to create a new layer, and I'm going to get a text tool, and I'm going to get a green text, and I'm going to type winner, for example, like so. And I'm going to make this bigger with the shift, and I am going to convert it to the symbol F8 like so, txt winner, okay, and I'm going to call this to be txt winner like so, and yeah. And now at the beginning what I'm going to do is I'm going to type that this txt winner visible is going to be equal to false, like so. So we are going to hide it at the beginning. Without this line, it would be there. So if I'm going to comment this out, we would have this text from the beginning. It's not aligned, but as I said, I am not worried about this. So yeah. But now there is a little issue. If I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste this in here, like so, we are going to have an error because this keyword, this outside of the function means this timeline. Inside of the functions, it means this this function. So yeah, right now it's not going to be working. We are going to have some kind of error. Okay, so what I am going to do, the simplest way right now is in here on top, I am going to say that const txt winner is going to be equal to this txt winner, like so. So on the, you know, in here we are saying that txt winner is going to be this timeline txt winner, no matter where we are going to be using. And I'm going to say txt winner visible is going to be false. You know, we just put it this txt winner to the shorter way txt winner, and right now we can use this outside of the functions. We can use this inside of the functions. I have a tutorial about this. I can put it in the description, keyword this and so on. But then I am going to go txt winner visible is going to be true. I will go with Control Enter. And yeah, right now, if I don't misspell anything, if I drag all of them, this is what we are going to have. Okay, so yeah. The last thing that we could do is we can position this to be exactly in the center of the area. So what I could do, but I will show you only with one, is in here, for example, with the blue one. Also, this is something that we could use some helper function, but yeah, but I can say that drop shape dot x is going to be equal to blue area x, like so. But I need to spell this correctly, you know. So we are just going to say that the drop shape, which is, you know, in the blue one blue, is going to have the same x as the area x, the blue area x, and drop shape y is going to have the same one of blue area dot y. You know, we have these into variables, but you already know. So right now, if I'm going to put it anywhere, it will blue area x is not defined. Probably I have area blue x. Let me see. I have, yeah, not blue area x, but area blue x, you know, like so, and area blue y, like so. So these are, you know, the x and y of the blue area, like so. And right now, wherever I am going to position it, it will snap to the center. I'm not going to show you with other ones. It is the same. You just say that the drop shape, and you are going to go with area green, and yeah. There is so many things that we could do with this code. We could put all of this inside of the loops, you know. And yeah, we didn't use objects, we just created the variables. We could have created one object which is going to contain these values and so on. So yeah, there is many things, but yeah, I am going to finish this as it is right now. I am going to provide you all of this, and I am also going to provide you the code when I saved, you know. So you are going to have both, because this helper function can be, you know, it's fine, it's great, but it may be a little bit less readable for beginners, but yeah. A very quick edit, because I forget one thing. If you want to make this to work on the mobile, what you need to do is somewhere at the beginning type create.js, like so, dot touch dot enable, like so, and in the parentheses stage, like so. Okay, so the T has to be capital, the rest cannot be capital, and yeah, basically this line of code is needed if you want to make this to work on the mobile. So yeah. The last thing that I'm going to show you is how you can export this, because there is a little issue. It can be but yeah, I'm going to save this. Okay, I already saved this because yeah, and here I have my my animate file, and I have some JavaScript, some images, some HTML. I'm going to delete this. Basically, once you save your animate file and you go with Control Enter, Command Enter, it is automatically going to publish these things where the animate file is saved. So one more time, I'm going to delete this from here like so. And what I want to do is I would like to go to File, Publish Settings. I'm going to click this Select Publish Destination, and I'm going to choose the place where I want to have this. So it is going to be in here. You can see that I had a lot of folders like figuring this out, but yeah, I will go in here. Here is my animate file. We cannot see it, but it's in there. I will create some folder. I can call it index. You can call it anything. And in here, I am going to save this, and I will go OK, and I will go File, and I will go Publish. And yeah, and right now I will go to the index. I have some images. I have some HTML. I have some JavaScript. If I open the images, I have, you know, text winner and some shapes and so on. If I open this, this is what I am going to have, like so. And if I am going to open this HTML, and I will go with F12, and I will start to try to drag like so, it's going to be working, but there may be some issue, you know, because when you have images, there can be in your browser error that it's not going to allow you to do this because of the images. You know, on the real website or on some local host, this would work. But I just want to show you that if you would have some kind of issue like that, which in our case we don't have, I'm going to delete this, and I will go to the file. I will go to the publish settings, and I will change this from texture to the sprite sheet, because texture is converting vectors to the images, and sprite sheet is going to keep vectors as vectors, and we don't have images, anything, any bit on pixels. So yeah, and I will go file, and I will go publish, and right now we are not going to have images. We are going to have only HTML and JavaScript. JavaScript is going to be, you know, making the shapes and so on. And yeah, but I just wanted to say that when you have images with something interactive in Adobe Animate, many times you in here have an error. This is due to security restriction on the reading canvas, and the error is something which is only in your browser, not on the real website, or if you use XAMPP, MAMP or something. I am planning tutorials about that. In our case, there is no an issue, but if you are going to add something more, some buttons or something, you may get some kind of error like that. But I am going to create a tutorial about it. I may put it in the description. The description may be full of the links, but yeah. Okay, so this is it. This is all. Thank you very much for your time. If anyone have been here until the end, you can write me that in the comments. That would mean a lot to me. And yeah, in here we don't have any reset or something, but yeah. So yeah. So if you finish this, congratulations. Thank you very much. I hope that you have learned something. I will provide you my my files, and yeah. Take care. Big thank you one more time, and goodbye.